Okay, the meeting's not starting yet. So, board, you have not met the new communications, community engagement, and deputy city clerk. She's in the audience tonight. Vera, would you please stand up? There you go. So you guys, you see the name tags. So we have Brad down here, and then typically Brandy would be right here, but she'll be on FaceTime tonight. And then you have Jeremy, you've met me. This is Jim. Kelly is absent tonight. And then you have Kim. Welcome. Welcome to our meeting. Thank you, Scott. All right, we do not have a member of the Ministerial Alliance here this evening, so we will stand for a moment of silence. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It is echoing bad. I call the April 18th, 2022 Board of Aldermen meeting to order. City Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Present.
Jim Stroud,
Here.
Jeremy Taylor,
Here.
Randy Carroll, Kim Pickers,
Here.
Kelly Meadows, and Mayor Dana Webb.
Here, thank you. The next item on the agenda is new business deletions or continuances to the agenda. We do not have any, so we will move on to public comments. I need to stop. Will you please move the microphone? Maybe that'll help. I'm getting a feedback, getting an echo.
Maybe she'll just turn it off or end the call for now.
Okay. Do we have any public comments? All right, we will move on to the next item, which is the consent agenda. These items are considered on the consent agenda so that members of the Board of Aldermen, by unanimous consent, can designate routine items to be approved. There are 3 items tonight. The first one is approval of the April 4th, 2022 Board of Aldermen meeting minutes, expenditures through April 14th, 2022, and the March 2018 financial statement. 2022 financial statement, yes, correction.
I make a motion that we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. The next item on the agenda is unfinished business. We have one item of unfinished business, and that is discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding an ordinance declaring the official results of the election held in the city of Oak Grove, Missouri on April 5th, 2022 for the mayor and 1 alderman of each ward.
I move for the first and second reading of the proposed ordinance by title only.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for the reading of the first and second reading of the proposed ordinance by title only. Any discussion?
I guess.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, would you like to share
just so if anyone's watching at home, share what the results were.
Yeah, I'd be happy to. So the purpose of the ordinance tonight is to declare the official results of the elections that were held on April 5th, more specifically for the office of mayor and one alderman from each ward, 1, 2, and 3. The official certifications have been received from Jackson County Election Board as well as from the County Clerk of Lafayette. The results are shown for Dana Webb as mayor, Jeremy Taylor, Ward 1, and Brad Alexander, Ward 2. Congratulations on that. The results for Ward 3 show a tie between Jim Shrout and Tracy Newcomer. Per state statute, this ordinance directs the city clerk to proclaim a tie in order that a special election be held. The ordinance selects the date of August 2nd. That's the most recent or soonest election that is scheduled. Alternatively, state statute allows the candidates to agree on a drawing to determine the winner by drawing lots. Each candidate is asked to inform the city clerk's office of their preference, hopefully sometime this week. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Does the board have any other questions? If there's no further discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. City Clerk, would you please read the full bill 2 times?
An ordinance declaring the official results of the election held in the city of Oak Grove, Missouri on April 5th, 2022 for mayor and 1 alderman at each ward. An ordinance declaring the official results of the election held in the city of Oak Grove, Missouri on April 5th, 2022 for the mayor and 1 alderman at each ward.
I move for the adoption of the ordinance.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for the adoption of the ordinance. Any discussion? City Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Brad Alexander,
Yes.
Jim Shrout,
Yes.
Jeremy Taylor,
Yes.
Tim Vickers.
Yes.
The motion is approved and the motion is passed and the ordinance is approved. The next item on the agenda is the swearing in of the newly elected officials. You want all of us to come down? All right.
No, why don't you come up one at a time and do this?
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear. That I possess all of the qualifications. For the office of, state your office. For the office of mayor. Of the city of Oak Grove. That I will faithfully perform the duties. Of the office of. In accordance with the laws of the state of Missouri. And the ordinances of the city of Oak Grove. And that I will honorably conduct myself while in office.
The next item on the agenda is discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding the Edgewood Farms Development Agreement and authorizing the mayor to execute the agreement. Mr. Randall, is that you?
Yes, thank you, Mayor.
Yeah.
So before the board tonight is an agreement between the City of Oak Grove and Blue Springs Safety Storage. The agreement is for the development of approximately 170 acres of land, which is 379 R1 lots. The preliminary plat was approved by the Planning Commission on September 17th of 2021. At the time, the preliminary plat included the use of a low-pressure sewer system. Our standard development requirement is gravity sewer. So with that in mind, the Planning Commission stipulated that a part of this agreement should include certain improvements necessary for a low-pressure sewer system. The applicant came and presented to the board on February 22nd of this year. Following that presentation, the applicant has since revised the utility plan to eliminate any instances of low-pressure sewer and instead utilize gravity sewer for the entire development. So this agreement requires the developer to meet our standards for water, sewer, and stormwater requirements. In addition, the developer would be required to make half-road improvements along the south length of 15th Street, along the entirety of the property. So the approval of the development agreement tonight, the applicant would submit detailed infrastructure plans for review by city staff. The applicant could then submit for final approval, final plat, or rather, by phase to the Planning Commission and then to the Board of Aldermen. So on the screen tonight, just so you can have here on the proposed development. If it would slide over. Hopefully you can see the hashed 12th Street leaving town here as it intersects already by 15th Street. The development would be entirely on the south side of the development. There would be 3 entrances to the street. One on the western edge, one in the middle of the development, and then one on the eastern edge of subdivision. And then you can see on the south side of the development, another request by the Planning Commission was that the applicant add another stub-out street on the south side, in addition to the stub-out that's existing on the east side for future development. So with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions the board may have.
Thank you. Does the board have any questions for city staff?
I would also like to mention that Brian Ron with the applicant is here in the audience as well.
Thank you.
And I'm just assuming that these are typical of a neighborhood sewage system, correct?
Yeah. So the gravity sewer is typical. That's what we have in our system currently, and that is our standard and preferred utility. The water is normal. The only instance that's a little bit different on potable water is a booster station in order to get water pressure up for fire flow. And that, again, is not unique. We have several booster stations already throughout the city.
Okay, thanks.
And there will be, I thought I saw before, but there will be a new lift station as well, right?
Yes, that's correct. Due to the
Okay.
topography of the development and its size, there will be at this point 3 lift stations in order to lift that sewer up to the nearest manhole and then gravity down.
I'm sorry, I thought I saw that in there. I see the improvements to the lift station at Deer Run.
Yeah, so if necessary, based on the anticipated flow that this development would create, the developer would be required to make necessary improvements to the Deer Run lift station to upsize it to meet
And
capacity.
the others will be installed at developer's expense, but turned over to the city for maintenance.
Correct. Same as the booster station, that would be
Consider
installed at the
approval.
developer's expense and turned over to the city for,
I make a motion to approve the development agreement.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the development agreement. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. The next item on the agenda is a presentation regarding the comprehensive plan status update. Mr. Randall?
yes, thank you, Mayor. I'm trying to get this over on the screen. It's not wanting to go full
There you
screen for
go.
me there. Thank you. So I just wanted to give a short update on the comprehensive plan project. So we're excited to announce that this week we'll really be launching our first wave of public information. This will include a press release, social media posts, information on the city's website, as well as a launch of the comprehensive plan website. So this will be in the literature, and we'll be encouraging residents to visit this website throughout the project. So I just want to walk through a little bit about what's on the Oak Grove Comprehensive Plan. This is, if you just Google oakgrovecomplan.com, will take you to this site. Will officially be launched this Friday. So it talks a little bit about why comprehensive plan matters, why people should be interested and excited to participate in this development process. You know, it's a 20-year plan. It does not happen very often, and so it is quite important to get as much input as we can. Goes through what the process looks like from the various phases with the months that are anticipated with implementation, hopefully this December. Goes through again what's the process and the purpose, how to get involved. At this point, people can sign up, put in their email address, and get updates throughout the process of when things like the open house will happen, when the community survey. So we will have a survey that will be launched, be on SurveyMonkey. That'll go out to everyone. So encourage people to visit that. And then again, those public open houses. So at this point, and then the project downloads, and those become available. So at this point, we're really encouraging folks to sign up, put their email address in there, and get updates throughout the process. So I just want to let the board know to this week to start looking for those social media posts. Please share those. Look for the website as well as flyers. This Thursday, we have the food trucks here at City Hall, so we're going to have flyers to hand out at that event as well, and we'll start, again, really promoting this pretty heavily here. So with that, I'd be happy to answer questions that the board may have at this point. Just wanted to provide an update with you and where we currently are.
Thank you, Matt. Does the board have any questions? All right, well, we'll move on to the next item on the agenda, which is information reports. Mr. Randall, do you have one?
No other report, thank you.
Thank you. Chris? No report, ma'am. Thank you. Mark?
Yes, the Web Park siren is back in service and operating normally. There was very little damage.
Great. Good to hear. Thank you. Captain?
Only one thing, obviously, the police department and Snide Valley work together on working with the community and the schools. This coming Wednesday, the 20th, the Oak Grove Band is headed toward their state competition, so the police department and Snide Valley will be escorting them to I-70 and send them off to their trip. So,
I like that. That's great. But it's at 10 p.m., right?
10 p.m.
So I take a nap first and then go up there and watch. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Tom?
Hopefully at the next board meeting, I'll have 2 bid recommendations for you. We bid our street resurfacing program this Wednesday, and then next Tuesday, there's a sanitary sewer manhole where the Deer Run lift station dumps into over off 12th and Locust that's deteriorated, and it was over our $15,000 threshold, so we put it out for public bid, and we're trying to solicit bids for that, and hopefully a recommendation for that next week, so
All right, great. Thank you.
that's it.
Kim? Scott?
Just a couple things. Next Friday, April 29th is the Arbor Day celebration, and we will again be giving out tree seedlings, 4 types of trees: tulips, dogwood, rose mallow, and 9 bark. We ask everybody to register if they can. If they still show up on the day of, they'll still be able to get a tree. Then the other thing I'd like to is thank the police department today for their efforts in helping us with an issue that occurred at Webb Park. It took some time for both departments, but I appreciate their efforts, and it really helped. Thanks.
Thank you. Kim?
No report.
No report.
Jim? Jeremy?
Just wanted to tell Kim, thank you for helping coordinate that with the police department in Snide Valley for the band. Appreciate that.
Yeah, that's great. Brad?
Report.
Alderwoman Carol has joined us. Do you have any report? Can she hear me?
I think so.
Mike's not up there. Can't hear me? No report. Okay, all right. The only thing I have is I was going to ask if city staff would look into golf carts are very popular in our town, and if with the police department and city staff, you would look into what other cities have for rules and regulations on those. I'm seeing an increase of them and would like to look into that, just about that. And then, yes, I'm excited about the escort out of town as well, so I think that was your idea, so good job. I do not have anything else. I'm looking for a motion to adjourn. Oh,
I make a motion that we adjourn.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to adjourn. Any discussion? All right, we are adjourned.